الحمد لله رب العالمين. الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا فيه كما يحب ربنا ويرضى. يا ربي لك الحمد كما ينبغي لجلال وجهك وعظيم سلطانك، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله وصفيه من خلقه وخليله، بلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصح الأمة وكشف الله به الغمة وجاهد في سبيل ربه حتى أتاه اليقين. فاللهم اجزه عنا وعن والدينا وعن الإسلام والمسلمين خير ما جازيت به نبيا عن قومه ورسولا عن أمته. اللهم احنا على سنته وتوفنا على ملته وأوردنا حوضه واسقنا من يده الشريفة شربة هنيئة لا نظمأ بعدها أبدا. اللهم اجمع بيننا وبينه كما أمنا به ولم نره، ولا تفرق بيننا وبينه حتى تدخلنا مدخله. ثم أما بعد. Today's khutbah is about the World Cup. That might be like a little entertaining subject to talk about, but it's timely because the World Cup is coming to an end. Actually, the final will be played on Sunday. So, as a person who love the game, play the game, understand the game to some extent, found it very entertaining. But I just want to talk about it from a different angle. Few points I just want to mention quickly as a reflection on this international competition called the World Cup that takes place every 4 years, and great number of people around the world watch it, whether we call it football or soccer. That's not a big issue, but people actually are very much attached to this particular competition. There are so many other championships, but this one actually takes a particular place in the heart and the minds of so many people and in the books of history. People talk about the best goal in World Cup and the best team in the World Cup and so on and so forth. So it is a huge achievement, and the whole world is watching now and guessing who's going to win the World Cup. But one particular thing that was very obvious, that we as Muslims were so much attached to the Moroccan team, which was the black horse of this competition. And it shows how much this ummah is still united. And we have seen how many Muslims around the world who are not Arabic speakers or not from Africa or North Africa, they're so much loyal to this team, because it does not only represent the Moroccan people, something that we did not know in our history. We don't know a country with the name of Morocco and a country known as Tunisia or Algeria and Mauritania. We don't have these names. If you read any book of history, Islamic history, they will talk about Al-Maghrib al-Arabi, the western part of the Muslim world. So there's always the West and the East. The West reflects like Morocco and Algeria and this part of the Muslim world, and the East centered around Baghdad, Damascus, Istanbul, and Egypt. This is the East, right? So the poets of the East and the poet of the West, the fuqaha of the East, the fuqaha of the West, like Imam al-Shatibi, Imam al-Qurtubi, and so many other great scholars actually are European scholars, Ibn Hazm and Ibn Rushd. All these great philosophers and jurists came from the Maghrib al-Arabi. And interestingly, they came from Spain and Portugal. These two teams actually have been beaten by Moroccans. So this idea of belonging to this particular team, because they're Muslims, all of them, and they are Arabs, and they represent our culture and our history and our struggle in this kind of war, that to find a place in this big stage was something that so many Muslims around the world were actually proud of. Well, I've seen people in Indonesia, that was very interesting. Big screens in big squares in Indonesia or Malaysia. And people are making salah, salam ala Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, wa salla ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammad. They're praying, praising the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam with the hope this will help them win the game. This is how much for them winning a game was much more than a soccer game, 90 minutes of playing. It was much more than this. Because we have been defeated, honestly, politically, militarily, economically, and we're looking for something that actually gives us some pride. And the Moroccan team actually gave us this sense of unity. People in Malaysia or Indonesia are praying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the Moroccan team. because it represents their identity. Winning for Moroccan winning is winning for everybody else. In our Islamic school, actually, our kids in Islamic school, they were actually showing the kids the game, and they were asking the children to wear the Moroccan flag. And I found this interesting and nice. There's nothing wrong with that. Because again, all students in this young age were connected to the Moroccan team. Even those who don't play soccer, they were attached to the game and they want the Moroccan team to win. I'm not suggesting that making dua only is good, but the Moroccan team actually made the point that we are one ummah. Inna hadi ummatukum ummatan wahida. And many actually were sincerely praying for the team to win. And the team actually did a very good job, although they lost the last game. And hopefully you will win tomorrow. But even if they did not win, I like one statement made by the new coach of the team, who had been hired only in August. In one of the press conferences, he said that no one should ever tell you what you can or what you cannot do. Because everybody said that Morocco will be defeated by Belgium, by Spain, by Portugal. These teams are very strong teams, have long history of achievements. And Morocco has little achievements, to say the least. But this team, actually with a new coach, with a new leadership, actually made a wonderful team. So sometimes you have good players, but you cannot make a team out of them because it takes leadership, a coach, someone who knows the strength and the weakness of every one of the team, and he can build a team. There's a big difference between having good 11 players and having a good team. Having good 11 players does not necessarily make a good team. Because everybody is playing on his own, has his own direction, play their own way. That does not make them a good team. Some teams will have like, okay, 11 players, but they know how to play together as a team. And it takes a leadership coach to put them together and encourage them actually to bring the best of them. And this is exactly what he did. We have to give him the credit. And he was a good example when he said that it's all about being competitive. Believe in yourself. Don't let anybody tell you that you cannot do something, and we can. Professionalism is a must. You have to really play the game as it should be played. So this is something I really admired when he was speaking with full confidence that who said we cannot. We can, we believe, and just go and try to achieve your dream. You can do that. Another important point, make it short today. I want to talk about Cristiano Ronaldo. Maybe nobody expected an imam to speak in the Friday khutbah about such a superstar whose career is obviously coming to an end, and in dramatic way. And I was following the news and how many people actually were objecting actually having him included in the team because he's like too old, he lost focus, he's unable to do what he used to do, he lost his, cutting edge playing style. And many said that the Portuguese team is better off without him. And everybody's asking him to resign. No more place for him. Although he was the superstar, one of the best players ever, right? Goal machine. He's like a superhuman, as some actually used to call him. Had great achievement in his teams, in his national teams, club teams. And actually some observed this and they talked about real friendship. And they made the point that people really would not like him because of who he is, but they liked him because of what he gives to them. And this touched me actually personally when I was reading the comments or commentary about this great star whose days are in the field are coming to an end, and they're asking him not to play anymore in the national team, and they criticized the coach for including him. And how people turned against him all of a sudden. Everybody was praising him and admired what he's doing, and they're so proud that the best players in the world is from our country. And now the same people, observers, critiques, even regular people, they are asking him to resign and not to join the team. And this something has to do with friendship. Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu anhu said in his beautiful hikmah and wisdom that if you think you have a friend, think about this friendship in 3 situations. If you really, because sometimes we feel that there are so many people around us or have so many friends, but the real friends are those, and he gave 3 criteria, those who stay with you in the time of hardship. And you know your friends in the time when they are prosperous, when they are doing well. And the 3rd situation, when we have disagreement with them. If you think you are a friend of someone, see how this friendship is affected when you have disagreement with them. The real friends will disagree with you, but will keep the friendship. The real friend will stay with you in the time of hardship. There's a big difference between position and the person. I heard that Albert Einstein was annoyed by this idea that everybody is talking about his theories, his achievement, his papers, his ideas. But he said, I have no friends. People are talking about what I'm doing, but I don't have real friends. So in general, what happened to this superstar actually has something to do with real life. And Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu also, when he heard people talking so highly about someone, he said that, do you really know him? He said, yeah, we know him. I said, no. Have you traveled with him? No. Is he your next door neighbor? No. Did you have any business? No. So you don't know him. So sometimes it is little painful when you think that you have a lot of friends, but in the time of hardship and difficulties, you don't find anybody. Or when you are wealthy and well off and you are in good position, they like the position actually, in fact, not you. So only those who really love you for who you are, despite all your imperfection and shortcomings, are those who really truly love you for who you are. When you lose your money, when you lose your position, when you lose your health, only few will come and ask about you and visit you and support you. It is painful, but this is the reality. This is the reality of things. People are normally, they like what you give to them. They don't like you for who you are. Right? So, as this superstar actually will be remembered for years to come, I didn't wish for him to end his career in such a way, dramatic way, but this is the reality. This is something that we can see in our life. So the World Cup actually can tell us different aspects of real life, right? Competition, competence, confidence, team working, coaching, self-confidence. And in the end of the day, those who are better, those who are well prepared, have good squad and good plan, will eventually win. And nobody wins all the time, and that's the beauty of it. Nobody knows who's going to win. And that's the beauty of it. You have to wait for the very last second to know who's going to make it. And things will be written in the books of history. لكل مجتهد النصيب, as they say. Those who work hard, inshallah, they will get something. So preparation, hard working, team working, leadership are important elements for success. And those who did not make it, like the Moroccan team, for example, they should be proud of themselves. They were able to unite all these 1.6 billion Muslims around the world. They were sympathized with them and they were supporting them. We actually are still one ummah. There are so many things that unite us. This is just a glimpse of what could unite us, but we fast the same month of Ramadan, we face the same Qibla, we read the same Quran, we do the 5 pillars of Islam, the Shahada, the Tawheed of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the language, the history, brings us together. So we needed something to remind us that we're still one ummah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to bless this ummah and unite this ummah and unite the heart of this ummah. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الخلق والمرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم، وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. عباد الله اتقوا الله وأطيعوه، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اذكروا الله يذكركم واشكروه على نعمه يزدكم ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون. اللهم إنا نسألك الهدى والتقى والعفاف والغنى. اللهم إنا نسألك رزقا طيبا وعملا متقبلا. اللهم أصلح لنا ديننا الذي هو عصمة أمرنا، وأصلح لنا دنيانا التي فيها معاشنا، وأصلح لنا آخرتنا التي إليها معادنا. اللهم اجعل الحياة زيادة لنا في كل خير، واجعل الموت راحة لنا من كل شر. يا حي يا قيوم برحمتك نستغيث، أصلح لنا شأننا كله. اللهم أصلح لنا شأننا كله. اللهم لا تكلنا إلى أنفسنا طرفة عين ولا إلى أحد من الناس يا رب العالمين. اللهم إنا نسألك علما نافعا ورزقا واسعا وشفاء من كل داء، ونسألك الغنى عن الناس يا رب العالمين. رب اغفر وارحم وعفو وتكرم وتجاوز عما تعلم، إنك أنت الله العز الأكرم. صلى اللهم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. تم الصلاة.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر.